I'm Luke Pyles with Point Pleasant Live, and I'm here with a new band called Code Red News. They're a local band. You may know them from Point's Got Talent, but they also make some original music. Introduce yourselves. What instruments do you play?
I'm Shannon. I play the bass.
I'm Bryson. I play drums.
I'm Nate, and I play guitar and I sing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Russell, he can't be with us today, but Zach Russell has joined the band now, so he plays rhythm guitar and he sings, so me and him can kind of swap back and forth interchangeably. Like, I'm willing to play whatever the band needs for the song, and that's the goal, to get the best sound that we can out of the abilities that we have together.
So there's some moving parts, there's flexibility in what you guys are able to do.
Yeah, and that's what we try to have, because a lot of people end up getting stuck in a box, or they're like, oh, I only play guitar, or I only sing, and I feel like you need to be kind of versatile and flexible to get the most potential out of the sound that each person has within themselves.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. And so you guys said you were in the band room. Is that how the band formed?
Well, me and Nate actually ride the same bus, and that's actually whenever I talked to him about it, because, I mean, like Nate said, he was, kind of, I don't know, I could tell he was kind of, like, down, and I was like, hey, I'll play for you, I'll try my hand at this. I think it's mostly about, like, what we do is mostly about keeping an open mind, kind of like what Nate said. We'll all try different positions based on what the song needs, so, like, for instance, I suck at singing, but if I would happen to be able to hit notes that were in the song that neither one of them could, I mean, I could sing those vocals, or, like, for instance, Nate can actually play drums too. He is pretty good at it. So, I mean, if we have a song where it would have to be a super simple song, but maybe I could, substitute in for a guitar, then he could play drums, I mean, we just move around like that.
Mm-hmm. So that makes sense.
As for the band's origins, we obviously played in the band room and stuff, but I've been trying to form a band for a long time. But this lineup now was not the original lineup for Code Red News. I remember trying to reach out to different people and find different people to form a band, and for whenever it started, it felt like a failure to me, I'll be honest with you. I felt like we weren't getting anywhere, and I just didn't have the drive for it. And then the pieces started lining up. I couldn't explain it, but we all started getting in the drive, and then Bryson came on board, and he brings a whole new energy to it. He's, very enthusiastic, very, and it kind of boosted us in a way, and now we've started to actually become who we are as Code Red News.
Yeah, I did absolutely love the personality you brought to the band on stage. That was fun.
Music, it can be a serious affair, but I don't like it to be, and it's usually not. We're having fun.
Yeah.
We're playing music, and sometimes we stop, just start joking around, or he randomly tackles me to the ground or something.
And that's what I really like about this band. Like, we're just a couple of friends having fun.
Yeah, just playing music and living life. I don't feel like it should be this big melodramatic, like, stop.
Well, you certainly like to make it that way.
Yeah, like sometimes I do, but I don't feel like that's what it should be, and I feel like that takes away some of the heaviness of the art.
Mm-hmm. So you guys don't take it too seriously, you like to have fun with it.
Yeah.
But you did sell these shirts to raise money for the band, so do you have any plans for the future?
Oh,
well,
we do.
Yeah. What we did with a lot of that money, we bought our own drum set, so we don't have to use the schools anymore.
Yeah, but with all the money we're getting from, like, t-shirts, proceeds, and whatnot, we're putting it forward to better the band. Next step is to buy a PA system, try to get our audio a bit better. We have different places that we might be interested in going out and performing. So we definitely want to take this beyond. We want to move forward as a band into the real world out there.
That's sick. Do you have any ideas on when that will be?
Soon. What was holding us back was mostly the drum kit, to be honest with you. Because we didn't have a drum kit, we were like, okay, we can't gamble that the venue will have one. We need to bring our own. Now that we have the kit, we can go and set up and perform. And sky's the limit at this point now.
Yeah, the stars have aligned for you to finally go out and play. That is amazing. Okay, so genre for me can be something that's really hard to pin down. What would you say your music is?
The two songs that we did, actually, Point's Got Talent, first time was Zombie by we kind of fused together the Bad Wolves and Cranberries version together to make our own. And that's not really our music, so I wouldn't say that's our genre. And then also this last one, Pieces by Sum 41, is also not our song either, so we can't really give that one.
It's
Can't
hard
really
to
that's our
say.
genre.
You
But
have
as
such
for-
a blend of
Yeah.
styles here. Like our influences between the three of us are so diverse. I mean, rap is out of the question here. But,
Yeah.
but other than that, like it's just all across the board. Like me and Shannon were just like talking about the ink spots, like 1930s, 1940s era jazz, doing covers of that stuff.
And
Like,
then I'm the one that's always like,
Metalcore,
Five Finger
you know?
Death Punch, Ring with the Horizon type,
Oh,
like that's
I
my
like
style.
I do like that
Yeah.
music.
and it evens out because he's like really heavy, and we can be too, but we also have a lot of softer dynamics, and he likes the slow songs too, so we kind of
Yeah,
play
so
off each other.
It really mixes together, and I think
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Okay,
And
so
we've created some interesting blends that way.
that makes sense. So last question, what do you think your biggest inspiration is for music?
Wow.
Man,
Like who our role models are? Or?
Yeah, any bands you look up to that have influenced your music?
Motionless in White, easy, hands down. I want to sound like the drummer of Motionless in White so bad. The guy's a total beast, and same thing for Jeremy Spence, the former drummer of Five Finger Death Punch. That guy was a maniac on the drums.
Yeah.
you?
So this is gonna sound really cringe. I don't care. My Chemical Romance, for sure. I love
Yeah.
his Gerard's vocals, and Frank Ayer, the guitarist, is another like major influence
Yeah.
for me.
They're good?
Love them.
Man, I'll say probably one of the biggest early influences that affected me was Stone Temple Pilots, if you know who they are. But like, I remember hearing Interstate Love Song for the first time, and I was like, that's it. Like, same thing with Plush. Plush is such a good song too. I remember I tried to perform that for one of my ill-fated talent show performances. but like, I really love them, but also it's all across the board there too. Like I'm thinking in my head, I'm like Stone Temple Pilots, and then I'm like George Michael's like Careless Whisper right there back in my head.
That's a good song. Yeah.
Like it's just all,
That's a
all
classic.
across the board.
Yeah. So, thank you for thank you for agreeing to do this interview. Tell the people where they can find you.
Oh well, there's BandLab, of course. If anyone uses that, do I provide my email? If you want to buy a T-shirt, crn12721@gmail.com, and also on YouTube, just Code Red News. You can look up some of her songs. Like I found the greatest way to find our channel because it's a tiny channel. Is look up Code Red News Just Leave. That's the song that seems to yield our channel the best. So you can look that up to find it. Anyone want to provide any socials? I guess I don't use social media. It's stupid.
Well, I mean, not really social media, but like if you're talking about like in the school too, I mean, you can usually find us whenever BKR is not going on. We actually, like Nate was saying, we used to practice there in the
Backstage
garage
area.
portion of backstage, and also we're in the band room quite a bit. So
Yeah, we're just around. I mean, you can usually see me being stupid in the hallway with the guitar.
yeah, or a piano in yesterday's case,
Yeah.
an electric piano.
All right. Well, again, thank you for doing this interview. I think that's all the time we have.
Thank you for
Yeah.
interviewing us.
Thank you.